lot of fans, I'm sure you're hearing it as well, they keep calling for Shedeur Sanders to get some playing time. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer on Shedeur Sanders and the Browns quarterback picture.
I think really like this is going to come down to the stuff we don't see. You know what I mean? Like I think it's really about what this looks like in practice, and we don't have access to that. And the steps that Shedeur takes, because obviously now the runway's been cleared. Kenny Pickett's gone. Joe Flacco's gone, and like they're one play away from having to put Shedeur into the game, and so like you have to be comfortable with the idea of putting him into the game, and they signaled they're comfortable with putting him into the game now, with the decisions that they made to clear the decks that way. So then I think it really comes down to what's best for the other 10 guys in the huddle. And I think that's an underrated piece of this. And I know I've said this to you guys before, but I mean it. When you're evaluating your Jerry Jeudy's, your Harold Fannons, your Quinshon Judkins, your Dylan Sampsons, your David Njoku's for next year, you want to create the clearest picture that you can. And you want to give those guys the best chance they can possibly have to be at their very best so you can make those decisions with a clear head. And so, is Dylan Gabriel giving you the best chance to do that, or is Shedeur Sanders giving you the best chance to do that? And there was a gap there, and there's been a gap there. And so how does Shedeur Sanders close that gap? That has to happen Monday through Saturday.
And we've heard that it is. Again, it's an interesting thing. The other thing that I would say, we talk about, and I want fans to think about this, and I'll get your reaction to it as well, as I was listening to that. One of the reasons that people point to, he missed that throw downfield, he missed this guy, because they're not taking as many shots downfield. If you're only taking 4 shots and you missed one, it's a lot different than if you're taking 9 and you missed one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like every single throw is very heavily scrutinized right now, especially like you said, because there's been so many limited ones of them. I definitely agree. I think Albert Breer said a lot of really good stuff in there right now, just because when you are struggling as an offense and it is somewhat quarterback based and you've got a guy that has at least shown some flashes in the, behind the guy that you have out there, you are going to want to try to do whatever it is to find the answers, right? Like that's what I've been preaching in terms of like wide receiver drops. I'm like, rotate other guys in there, do whatever it is. So the offensive, they haven't really seen a lot of progress from Dylan Gabriel in terms of him stacking games, like getting better, improving, building off of things. And so I understand like the call for Shedeur Sanders, just because, everybody had a much higher opinion on him and overall coming into the draft. But yeah, I mean, the Browns are showing you that with that trade of Joe Flacco, and they haven't elevated Bailey Zappi to be the backup quarterback. Like they've fully gone in with him being one snap away. So he's obviously getting close to a place where they feel comfortable of potentially having to play him.
And you know what? I have no issue with that. Let them, if, the idea, and we said this last segment or segment before, the idea that they're sabotaging Shedeur is ridiculous because they can't find a quarterback.